35-liter water tank for water. We can fill in here. And for cooking, we need hot water.
Yeah.
But we.
So you even got hot water in here.
In this part, I built an Webasto.
A Webasto diesel heater.
Yeah, with regulator. And you can put here the temperature that you will. For example, 45 or 50 or 60 or 80 grad Celsius, and you have
so this
the
is
Webasto work and make our water.
So you got a pump switch, a heater switch.
Yeah, the pump for.
So that's 22 degrees at the moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just start working the Webasto. This tick, tick, tick.
Where do you fill the diesel up for the Webasto?
This is for diesel. This is the same thing.
Oh really?
Yes, it's the same things.
Wow.
This is the same things. You don't need
So
make.
it sucks out of the same tank.
Yeah, exactly. It's practical. You don't need do nothing. You switch the bottom and you have.
And what's this
one
airline here for? Is that an airline? Yeah.
This is for water.
Yeah,
this is
water as well.
For the same water which we have here with the pump. Let me show you.
So you've done all this in 4 years, Greg. How long has it taken?
You know, with this car, it's still development. Yeah? You go from fishing and you think, what do you change in your car to make it more practical, more fun? And this is never-ending story, really. But good. But you think not about something. You think about your car. So the Webasto work.
22 degrees. I don't think there's many trucks in Australia, you know, that have got the features of this one, like particularly with hot water. That's, you know, having a tap on the back door is great, but having hot water is amazing. I don't know how you fit it all in. Temperature heating up. Greg can show you that.
Find the right connection for.
Do you like the Engel fridge?
Yeah, it's excellent. Because I don't buy in Poland and in Europe this gold series of this fridge. I speak about with Jacob. Because this is not the last series of this fridge. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not cheap, but it's works very well.
Start the heat up now.
Yeah.
Alright. Look at that. That is hot water. Yeah.
It is not hot because it's 32, but in a few seconds, you know. When we need the hot water directly in our kitchen, we use this.
Yeah.
This is simply adapted.
Nice.
The same solution like here, but for table.
Yeah.
So we put it here.
And that gets you hot water in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Cool.
You have a warm water for quick access.
And when you're camping or fishing, what's the temperature like? It's not like in Australia where it's 35 degrees. What's the average temperature when you're camping and fishing?
It's difficult. We have all from sub-zero to 30, 40. Not so high like in Australia, but I think in Australia is the problem to make something colder. And in Poland, my problem is make something warmer. Yeah.
So having
It's
hot water
the same
is,
with tent. Yeah.
having hot water is so important around camp. You know, just to keep yourself. You know, like if you're washing up, you want to be washing up in really hot water, don't you?
Yeah.
Cool. That's great.
With this equipment, you can use it for shower. You can use it for the kitchen.
Yeah. Everything with camping for driving has to have like a dual use, doesn't it? You know, like two purposes.
Yeah, you are independent.
Yeah.
You are independent from hotel. You need only water.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look what else is happening in the back of your truck. So you got the fridge there. You've got some nice racking up in here. LED lights galore that come out.
Yeah, it was making for fully closed systems with simply with photographs. I make it with the same connectors and I can use it at all places what I need. Yeah?
And these are just
tent.
I see.
This is really good. It's from Poland.
Where is it? Here.
And
yeah, right. Little LEDs. Okay. 4 by LED.
yeah,
Wow. And that's just
Put
on a
it here.
camera. On a camera
You can-
mount.
you can make the camera here too for filming.
Yeah.
Here or here,
Uh-huh.
and you can use this. This conjunction is clever because allowed you to put it in,
Oh, that's very good.
and this bracket here allowed the same. You know, you can have light here, you can have light here, you can
So you
have
can
light
put it
here.
Anywhere you
You
like.
can have light here under your car if you need, because we have the conjunction for it. Yeah?
And it's
We can make it longer.
and this is photographic equipment type. It's,
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah.
And cheap and work
Yeah. That's great.
very well. It's worked very well. I make only this, for my need.
Yeah.
And I can
You got lots of connections you can.
I can make two lights if I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
And I adapt this rear light. You can go here. You put simply, you can put it here,
Yeah. So you can just.
and you are
keep it-
independent.
Yeah. Sure.
And this light, not only with bearing axle, you can make it here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
So we have the light independent or working the motor or engine or not.
Yeah. I see.
Yes,
Cool.
you have it still.
Yeah.
And this part of this is the same principle like here.
Can we have a quick look at the door first? Like drops down,
okay.
doesn't it?
Okay. You can with switch put it out, and you can regular
Yeah, you
the
got to regulate it too.
intensity of light can be make higher or lower.
And you like the
You don't need put the from this ignition. Disconnected. You can make it with this.
Yeah, you can turn it on and off
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, it's still on, but you make it with
Sure.
this.
And then you've got a little Fiskars collection there.
Yeah.
And that drops down too to form a bench.
Yeah.
It drops down. Yeah, 78.
This is all for preparing something for eating or cooking.
Yeah.
Quick cooking on the way.
And can we have a look at this, the rear carrier as well? Do you mind if we get the high lift jack and chuck in there?
Yeah.
So Greg's just going to get his high lift jack, but we'll see if it's got a quite interesting high lift jack spot, which is right there. But that's the system here. That lever lifts up and down, which locks that into place, because you have a look as that closes. See how it works together? If you can see that. Right, so the door and the tyre are working in conjunction, right, as they open and close, but there's no weight of this massive 35-inch tyre on the door itself, because that's always the problem. The weight of the tyre on the door just, you know, destroys your door hinges really, and you know, lets dust in and stuff. So it looks like it's connected, and it sort of is, but it's only connected by just how it opens. There's no weight. There's a good look there. And it's the same system here. Let's have a look at this side. So this is the company in Poland, F4x4. This is the latch. So when that comes down, it locks in between these 2 points here. Okay, and that enables them to swing together. But all the weight is held by, you know, the big hinge on the rear bar. And when it's closed, you know, this ball here is carrying all the weight. So, I mean, rear bars for people is very important. And one of the, you know, if you're upgrading or modifying your vehicle, one of the, you know, the first thing's the bull bar in the front, and the second thing's the rear bar. A very important part of your truck, as you can see here, because there's so much going on at the rear. And yeah, I mean, there may be some in Australia. I've never seen them before or seen anything like it, and we see a lot because of all the fit outs we do. You know, we've got a camera there, we've got 12 volts, we've got recovery points, very good. The only thing I don't like about the European trucks is these rear hitches. They don't have the Heyman Reese style tongue hitch that we have. Everything is that's all you got really. You know, there's no off-road hitches, but so it is. Back to 55. Just love the size of that exhaust. Right, so I'll have another close look at this rear bar wheel carrier, Greg. So just close it up for us and see how that works. So they're working together. Just push it right closed.
This is the same. This is the same principle like in here. We can open it.
Yep.
And we find this place. Open it.
Yeah.
This
So there's a certain point that's reached when you can pull them apart, and that's when this lines up. The lever's been lifted, and then it releases from these section there. And wow, look at that! So you've got a high lift jack and a shovel at the back there. Great spot for those, isn't it?
And like another side, all is load on the bar.
Yeah, very important, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an important thing.
Yeah. And these holes here at the back, are they a high lift mounting point?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a recovery point. It's for high lift.
Yeah. Have you used it very often, the high lift jack?
No, I use it only in long trips. If I go 100 kilometers, I don't use it.
Yeah.
I have the winch for that in this chase, and I have a little hydraulic which I put on this. What is? I put it here.
Oh, hydraulic jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And simply bump.
Yeah, sure.
For the wells, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I don't need so
Yeah.
big and heavy thing.
Yeah.
If I go for longer trip, I take it because it should be in many position that you need a little bit more lifting.
Yeah.
And you couldn't have this with this short hydraulic lifting which is here. I have seen this.
Soft shackles.
Yeah, soft shackles.
Nice. What brand is that?
Joe. Alligator Joe.
Ah, from America?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to get into those.
Alligator Joe.
Alligator Joes.
Yeah.
And you like those?
Good idea, very good idea.
Yeah.
Not only for vehicle, for hammock too.
Ah, for your hammock. How many of those do you carry?
Yeah.
How many do you have?
Yeah.
Gator Jaws. You just
a few, 4 I think.
4 of them, yeah. And when did you buy those? Recently? How long have you had the gator jaws for?
No, I have 1 year.
Yeah.
It's something new, but it worked very well, and it's really compared to heavy shackle.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of the gator jaw. They're just a lot lighter and a bit more versatile, aren't they? Yeah. Can you show how the gator jaw hooks onto the Factor 55?
Yes.
And then you just can hook up your snatch strap or your whatever you want to that tree trunk protector. Yeah. Very good. You got all the good gear, Greg. You must do a fair bit of research on the internet to find all this gear. You must do a lot of looking on the internet.
This is the power of internet. That I stay here in Poland and I look in Australia. Anybody from United States, from China, from Japanese, from Great Britain, and sometimes I can buy this, but not still.
Yeah.
But in many countries they say they send not to Poland, or I cannot pay with my credit cards, and this is a kind of discrimination, and I hope in the future it don't exist more.
But Jacob, for the Drifta website, you don't have any problems
it's
with
very helpful,
Jacob?
It's very helpful. We can have, just in Europe, all these things what have the people who make camping in Australia. It's great.
Yeah.
It is the freedom.
And it's not far away. Jacob's got all the gear in Czech Republic, just not far away. So that's good.
This was a really good idea. And big advantage because nobody was doing with this. And so you don't have the place in which you can take it. I can see it in internet, because seeing and taking and having touch something is much other.
And is there many, like what you're doing, forward driving with patrols, is it very popular in Eastern Europe?
It's not very popular because we don't have not a lot of places in which we can drive, but it's popular. It's still part of enthusiasts which make it, but in Poland this is not these cars like living cars, but the cars for mud, also the cars from make rally in 4 wheels.
Rally.
This is much popular. Not this kind of cars in which you have all to live 1 month, for example, or longer if you will.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, and what else? What about a quick look at the awning? Because you've got a bit of interesting things happening there.
If the weather is very good, like today, we don't need the awning, or when the sunshine too much, we need the awning too. And I have one awning here, and because I need sometimes the awning on the rear of the vehicle.
I'll see if I can climb up here. Greg's got this interesting
I make
little setup here.
I make something like Fred's arm.
And this is still a bit of a prototype, Greg, isn't it?
I show you later this. I have this.
Hey, I've been calling you Greg, but what's your real name?
Grzegorz, in Polish, or Grzegorz.
Grzegorz.
Grzegorz. Grzesiek.
Yeah, Greg will do.
Grzechu.
I'll keep calling you Greg.
So, Greg is simply.
And you designed this.
We have 3 axes here. One is here, and we have two removable.
Uh-huh.
When we remove it, we can move this
Wow.
awning
Uh-huh. Anywhere you like.
here
Yeah.
and secure
Uh-huh.
it in position.
Yeah. Locks in place.
And we have locks in place, and we have this awning on rear of the vehicle.
Yeah.
You can put the kitchen here.
Uh-huh. Can you just swing that back around so we can see that again? Just swing it back around. Very clever. Look at that. Just to figure something that out, like you might have a concept in your head of how that works, but to actually do it, you know, we get a lot of people in Drifta ask me for all sorts of things, and they say, can you just make this, do that, swing out here, whatever, and they're like, well, yeah, sounds good, mate, but to actually create something that does that is very difficult. It's very clever, Greg.
Yeah. But it's not my idea. Yeah?
Yeah?
I look at this in internet,
Yeah? Where did you
but
see
I
that?
can't buy this arm,
uh-huh.
and I must make me myself.
Do you buy many products from South Africa? Like South Africa?
I don't have the opportunity, and I don't have the contact with people but I have one table, and I customize this table too. I show you.
Very good. Well, I don't know, Greg, that's pretty good, mate. Anything else you reckon we can look at? What about we start it up and we can have a listen to it? Do you want to start the motor? We can have a listen.
Compressor.
Yeah. What sort of fuel economy are you getting in the truck?
In one tank, so I think 800 kilometers, and depending on area which you drove. In normal street it's much longer, and in four-wheel drive is not the distance but the motor hours. Time in this you can drive.
On the highway or on the freeway, what sort of litres per 100 kilometres, do you know?
It's high, it's between 15 to 20 liters per 100. If you drive, don't say my wife, more than 150 kilometers per hour, it's more than 20.
Ah.
You can drive with this motor, but it's dangerous.
Because
So good speed for this car on the highway is 120 and 130. You have all under control. Over, you place with that. Because it's high, and they make so have the tendency to make like a boat, you know.
And like, because over here on the freeways, people are driving very fast. You know, like 150 is normal, isn't it?
The 150 for this car is a little bit too speed.
But many people on the roads are very fast here, aren't they?
Yeah, I understand it. If I go fishing, I will be so quickly as is possible on the place, but better 1/2 hour later and safer than.
Yeah, I would not like to drive that 150 k's an hour, but you say 120, 130 is okay.
It's okay. It's normal. Engine work very well. It's relatively not noisy. Its noise is coming only from tire, not from engine.
And you have plenty of power, you think, in the BMW motor? There's enough torque and power for what you need?
Yeah.
More than the petrol motor?
Yeah, it's the petrol motor is 130 horsepower. This here, without any swaps, it's 250, 300.
Really?
And drying moment is much more. You have if you make the reductor you have the moment of drying of well too much more, also much double. It's a double to compare in patrol.
Yeah.
It is important. It is not important the speed on the highway. It is important with which power you have to drive the well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they work slowly.
The torque. I think we call that the torque.
This is torque. Yeah, exactly. So the torque is double compared to patrol motor.
Yeah. And you've got a twin turbo on this motor too. There's a two-stage.
The one, the little turbo, which work on from start, and the second one bigger if you have a high.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, it's worked very well.
Very good. Yeah, well, I think that's it, Greg. Really appreciate it, mate. Thanks very much. So it's been great to get to know you, and thanks very much for showing us your beautiful truck that you've created, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very interested in watching this. And
it was my pleasure, and I make this truck for me, for my fun. It is nothing in this truck which is making only for seeing.
Yeah.
All part of this car is for using.
Yes, yes. All very practical modifications. Yeah.
This is,
and of course, you know, like what you're doing too is you're really using it for fishing, and you're really getting into the forest and in the mud. And this is everything you got on there you need.
It's
as well.
not for driving in town with bracket and
That's what we love about you and what you've
custom
done.
mud.
Yeah,
If the mud is coming on there, this is normal mud from river.
Very cool, mate. So, righto. Thanks very much, Greg.